Hey, what's up? It's Primetime Football, and today we're going to be talking about Gus Malzahn. Should he be fired? Should he stay at Auburn? Uh, so that's pretty much what we're going to talk about for the video. This season obviously has been a pretty big disappointment for Auburn. You know, I'm pretty sure the record is 5-4 right now. They got blown out by Alabama. They got blown out by Georgia, 2 games that they're hoping to win this season. Bo Nix has kind of had a down year and is a little bit of a sophomore slump. Defense is not quite as dominant as usual. Now, people weren't expecting Auburn to be like national title contenders, but they were expecting Auburn to be a little bit better than they are right now, which is a pretty mediocre team in the Power 5. But let's go ahead and talk about Gus Malzahn's overall record at Auburn. It's 67-35, which is not very good. But my main problem with it is that there's been no real improvement from the time he got there in 2013. His first season, they went to the national championship. Since then, they've been to just 2 New York Six Bowls and lost both of them. Right now they're not even ranked. They just haven't really had a lot of improvement from when he got there to now. Another big issue is that Auburn under Gus Malzahn has seemed to underperform almost every year from their expectations. Every single year he's been there, Auburn has been ranked in the top 10 at some point in the season. And they've only finished in the top 10 twice and finished worse than top 20 5 of the 8 times. So it seems like Auburn kind of fails to meet their expectations every year. Or not every year, but most years. I guess the reason he struggled is that he just can't find ways to win the big games. His record versus ranked teams is 19-24. So he's below 500, significantly lower than 500 on that. Against top 15 teams, he's 10-18. And against top 10 teams, he's 8-17. So not really any good records right there. Against his rivals, LSU, Georgia, and Alabama. Against LSU, he's 3-5. Against Georgia, he's 2-7. And Alabama, he's 3-5. Now, one thing that is important to note is that it's Alabama. 3-5 is not a bad record in 8 years against Alabama, and I do think that's part of the reason he's been staying at Auburn is because I know they didn't really come close to winning this year, but he kind of has the formula for beating Alabama better than almost any coach in the country. In the SEC championship, he's 1-1. National championship, he's 0-1. And New York Six games, he is 0-2. In fact, bowl wins for him, I'm pretty sure he's 2-5. And those 2 wins came in one, the Birmingham Bowl and the Music City Bowl. So, no real good bowl wins for him at all. So, not much to really show for at the end of the season. But personally, my biggest issue with Gus Malzahn at Auburn right now is that they brought him in because he's an offensive-minded coach, and they were looking to produce some offense, and he cannot bring out an elite offense. Especially since his first 2 years, he had some pretty good offenses. In 2013, they averaged about 40 points a game. In 2014, they averaged about 36 points a game. And since then, they've gone no higher than 33. Right now, they're at 26 points a game. So there's just been no real elite offenses besides maybe those first 2 years. And honestly, there's just no real big reason that I think he should be staying at Auburn right now. What is he doing for them? He's recruiting at a decent level, not bad, but definitely not great, definitely could be better. He's not winning big games. He's not taking Auburn to the SEC championship every year. He's only done it twice. He's not taking them to big bowl games very often. When he does, he's not winning them. And I'm just thinking, what's the reason for keeping him? And I just don't think there is any. Now, I don't think he's going to be fired in the middle of the season because it doesn't really make any sense. It's almost over now. But I think he definitely should be, kicked out this offseason. And Auburn needs to find a replacement for him because, honestly, what makes you think he's going to suddenly just turn this program around and they're just going to become a national title contender every year like Alabama is, like Clemson is? There's no signs of that. In fact, their last few years have been pretty bad, at least for what your expectations of Auburn usually are. So anyways, that's just my thoughts on the Gus Malzahn situation. I do think he should go. I'm not quite sure who I would have as a replacement for him, but I do think he should go. And anyways, that's going to do it for the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Thank you.